Hi everyone, welcome back to the Taunton project on Soccerverse. When I took over Taunton at the start of season 1, the club was down in Division 10, which is the lowest tier in English football that covers, or I should say Soccerverse covers. Fast forward 3 seasons and I've achieved 3 successive promotions. Now I'm preparing for life in Division 7. But promotions were only the beginning. Now it's time to build something bigger. The strategy that got me here was fairly straightforward. I bought the highest rated players that Taunton could afford, hoping for an immediate impact, which would then give us the best possible chance of getting promoted. Thankfully, it worked. 3 consecutive promotions later, phase 1 of the project is complete. Taunton isn't just another club to me. It represents by far my biggest investment in Soccerverse. I currently own 10.39% of the club's influence, like I said, making it my largest holding on Soccerverse by a considerable margin. That means every decision I make has to be focused on creating long-term value, not just short-term success. The old strategy was all about buying the highest rated players, win matches, get promoted, mission accomplished, but there's a problem. The reality is, Taunton simply doesn't have the finances to keep buying the highest rated players every season. It's simply not sustainable. Eventually, I will reach a point where I'm spending more and more just to stand still. So the strategy has to evolve. So instead of buying ready-made stars, if you want to call them that, high-rated players, I want to identify talented young players in real life who already excel in certain areas of the Soccerverse scoring matrix. I'm not looking for world-class footballers, I'm looking for value. Players who already have attributes the Soccerverse rewards within their scoring matrix. They don't have to become elite footballers. They just need to become top-end players for the level Taunton is competing at on the game. If they improve in real life, their Soccerverse ratings should improve too, increasing both their value to the club and the value on the transfer market. The second part of the strategy is to become the players' agents to as many as possible. If those players are playing regularly for Taunton, they'll earn wages and performance bonuses, which benefits me as their agent. More importantly, my players stay under my control. I can make sure they're playing regularly, I can make sure they're earning bonuses, and I can make sure they're earning the wages their rating deserves. One of the most frustrating things on Soccerverse is owning a player who's stuck at a club without an active manager. They can end up earning 75-100% less than they should be, and there's simply nothing you can do other than wait for a manager to come in or the player's contract to run and expire. I don't want that happening to all of my players, so where possible and where the ratings see fit, I shall try and get as many players in my Taunton team as possible, because it's a win-win for me as the player agent, because the dividends, and obviously if they're good enough players, then I want them playing for me rather than someone else. Final part of the strategy is creating a self-sustaining football club. If one of my players develops into someone who's simply too good for Taunton's level, I'll look to sell them. That generates profit for the club. Those profits are then reinvested into the next generation of hopefully the talented young players I can find. Therefore, it turns into a continuous cycle. Buy well, develop value, sell at the right time, and reinvest. It's very much inspired by the Moneyball philosophy, not by spending the most money, but finding value before everyone else. So now everything starts working together, better recruitment, better players, a stronger team, hopefully more success, which will lead into more prize money, which in turn creates higher dividends, more valuable club influence, and then we repeat the process all over again. What this ultimately means, the more successful Taunton become, the more valuable my investment should become. Every promotion means bigger prize money. Bigger prize money means higher dividends. And as the club climbs through the leagues, I also believe the influence I bought back in Division 10 should become significantly more valuable. As they say, success on the pitch creates value off it. Now, I believe this strategy benefits everyone, more importantly, me as the main investor. The club becomes financially stronger, the squad becomes more sustainable, my players receive first team football, which will ensure they receive the correct wage and bonuses they deserve. That's my long-term vision. So that in a nutshell is the Taunton project. 3 promotions has given me the foundations. Now the real challenge begins. Can I build a self-sustaining football club using smart recruitment, player agency and long-term investment? I genuinely don't know the answer, but I'm excited to find out. If you're enjoying the journey, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to follow Taunton's progress through the leagues, don't forget to subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one.